So 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 I had three guy friends when I was growing up, and they weren't the early 1980s. They were the mid to late 1980s guy friends, and they considered me the back end of the 80s babies. Yeah, another word for donkey. Insert there. So, and yeah, conceived in '89. Carried through '89 for half year. It's so an '80s baby, right? And I had the mid to late '80s friends, right? Except for the girls, and they were all early '80s or 1980s. So, and no one before that, because it had been too close to my parents' age, and so everything before 1980 was their friends, and contested until about 85. It's my friends, and so we'd call each other up, and it was the hottest thing of the year 2000 around the Y2K bug. It'd say, "Bring, bring, hello, are you home? Then be home," or something similar that wasn't the bring, bring, what's up? So the same few guys. I said one of them's uncle's ashes scattered on the courts outside. One of them's that's his, and this is with the neighbor that moved in after one moved out, I think, or something similar. Says so I was sitting there, and the girl, she goes, Jalalabad. So I had just gotten into the fist fight on the pier, and it wasn't 6 months ago, but a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago or so. Again, another fist fight on the pier. Since 2003, I've been going to the boys' club, and we would fight in the club for music's sake or for the show or things. But then walking outside, you get a traditional pickpocket, and generally the pickpocket or the robber or the hoodlum or the gang member or whatever said wasn't that good at fighting generally, but we were, and so the years later, 10 years later, four to a dozen years later, she says, "Jalalabad," and he says, "Bada boom, Bordeaux." And so I figured Bordeaux would be a cool, and it's got to do with the Finnmark joke. This is Finnmark. Bada bing was the last words until a different one of a younger, is it born in my year, so, or close. It'd always go boop bam zoop or something similar to the Lethal Weapon on Cluck Clucks from the Die Hard. But the first one, it was Thanksgiving television, and they'd insert all the F bomb swear words here with chicken noises. It was the best Thanksgiving so far. So I'm about 25 or 30 minutes into Vraylar ingestion number 4010 EST, and that was risperidone 12 milligram for 3,600 days. Is caught a bit of a head injury in New York City in 2008. Someone loved the Lil Wayne "Shoot Your Grandmother Up" and Nico from Grand Theft Auto 4. I had been volunteer fire, volunteer explorer in